All right, now it's time for us to practice a little bit with listening to music, the radio, or the news. Your Google Home can play tunes from 6 music services: the Google Play Music, YouTube Music, Spotify, Pandora, or Deezer. Okay? It can also play music from radio services like TuneIn, iHeartRadio, ESPN Radio, NPR, and other local stations. You could do this by saying, and I'm not going to say it exactly right now because otherwise it'll activate, but you could say, Google, play some jazz music, or Google, play FM 96.5, Google, what's new today. I'm not saying the first part, which is hey, because if I do that, it's going to activate. And I don't want that just yet. Be aware, though, that a request for a specific song, album, or specific artist will require that you have a paid subscription to one of the apps I mentioned earlier. And those would be for either like the Google Play Music, the YouTube Music, Spotify, Pandora, Deezer. Instead of giving you those specific songs, albums, or artists, what you'll end up receiving is a station of songs inspired by the song, album, or artist that you requested. This would be considered a free radio service, okay? For YouTube, your account is automatically linked to your Google account for your Google Home. For Spotify, Pandora, Apple Music, Google Play Music, or other apps, you'll need to individually link those accounts in the settings. To link your Google Music account, first you're going to need to go to your Google Home app on your tablet device. All right, I've gone ahead now and grabbed my tablet device. Remember, I'm using an Android tablet. You may be using an iPad. That's okay too. It's going to work very similar. The only difference is the app might look a little different on your device than it looks on mine, and that's fine. So now that I've turned on my tablet, I'm going to go ahead and look for my Google Home app. Remember, I have mine on my second page, so I'm going to just go ahead and touch here and then drag my finger over to the side. And now I'm going to look at the top, and here's my Google Home. I'm going to go ahead and touch Google Home to open it up. Now my Google Home app is open. Now that the Google Home app's open, go ahead and look to the very top up here. It says the name of my device. And then right underneath in the middle, there's a couple buttons here. Go ahead and touch the one that says Media, okay? So Media is the one we want to touch. It's this green one right here. I'm going to go ahead and touch that. So ignore what I have up here because this is just a song I was listening to earlier. If you look to the bottom, there's a section here that says Manage Your System, and then it says Music, Videos, Podcasts, Radio, Create a Group. Let's go ahead and touch where it says Music. So this is the music screen, okay? All that you see down here, these are all different apps that we can connect to in order to listen to music. I had already connected with YouTube Music first for free because we already have our YouTube Music account connected to Google, and it's a free service, so this is what we can use to listen to music. If you didn't already do so, go ahead and touch YouTube Music, and then you can connect it, okay? There's a couple other options down below. You can select Spotify if you have a Spotify account, Pandora, Apple Music, Deezer, or maybe you have a different music service. Regardless of what you use, you can select the one you want, and then what it's going to ask you will be to provide your email and password that you use with those music services. So if I were to use Pandora, I would touch Pandora, then Pandora would ask me what my password, my email is, and my password that I use associated with that specific app. Once I would log in, then it would be connected to my device, and I can listen to music through Pandora. It wouldn't just have to be YouTube Music or Spotify, okay? What's cool is once you've connected your music, you can do things like, say, for example, tell it your Google Home to play some music. You can give it commands to fast forward, like 30 seconds, or you can even tell it to rewind a couple seconds. You can tell it to play a specific genre of music. You can tell it to adjust its volume. You can even ask for information like, what song is it, or when did the song come out, and things like that. Let me go ahead and demonstrate for you right now. So now, let me go ahead and demonstrate to you guys how exactly you can use your voice to listen to music. Hey Google, play some jazz music.
All right, check out this jazz music station on YouTube Music.
Very nice, I like it. But it's kind of quiet, don't you think? Let's try and increase that volume a bit. Hey Google, increase the volume by 20%. Much better, much louder. I can also ask things like, hey Google, what song is this?
This is Melody by Tom Oren.
Very nice. A Melody by Tom Warren. Maybe I want to know when it came out. Hey Google, when did Melody by Tom Warren come out?
Sorry, I don't have any information about that.
Oh shucks, that's unfortunate. I would have liked to have known. But there you go. You can always ask it things like that. Once you know the name of the song, you can ask when that song came out. You can ask who the artist is, what the name of the song is. You can ask your Google Home to play different music. I can also say, hey Google, turn down the music by 10%. Oh, it didn't hear me because it's a little too loud. Hey Google, turn down the music by 10%. As you can see, it went down slightly, but not too much. But yeah, whatever it is that you choose to do, you know that you can do this by telling Google Home commands. Hey Google, stop playing music. So go ahead, try it out, everyone. See how it works, how you like it or not. You can tell it to things like play 30 minutes of sea waves, or you can tell it to play an hour of a lullaby. Whatever you can think of, you just go ahead and you know how to start your phrase. You say, hey, and then you say Google, and then you ask your question, okay? Or you give your command. I really hope you guys play around with this and enjoy.